I received an email from a Colombian translator and children's book writer, and they're asking if their Redbubble shop can get a review. And they've just joined recently, about a month ago. They've already got 122 designs up, but they don't have any sales yet. When I scroll on down, we'll see at the bottom here, we have 53 favorites off of 122 designs. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? I'll break this down and help this new artist make sure that they're going in the right direction on Redbubble. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is congratulations. Getting 100 designs up on Redbubble is a feat in and of itself. So your goal really when you first start out should be to upload 100, 200, 300 designs, not necessarily make sales. Now it's possible you could make sales, but that shouldn't really be your goal because you can't really control that, especially at the start. Now, I will say, as I scroll down to the bottom here, I can see that you have 53 favorites already. Now, I'm going to make an assumption that this is not your mother or your friends or your family or your spouse. So if that's the case, if you have 53 favorites from strangers, that's really good because it means that people are liking what you're putting up for sale so far. Now, I do notice that there's an artist social link here, and that's awesome. If you have Instagram or Facebook, you definitely want to put it here so that people can follow. And really, you've got a choice to make. Do you want people following you, or do you want people following your niches? This is your Facebook page, and we can see here it's you. This is your name, and these are your books that are for sale on Amazon, which is awesome. So it looks like you've got your own website, your own email address, and you're really promoting yourself as an artist, which is really cool. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. If you're not comfortable, and I'm speaking to the larger group here, if you're not comfortable promoting yourself, then you could always start up a Facebook page based on the niches that you're in. So maybe you like animals or dragons, unicorns, whatever it is, and then people could join that group and you could share funny memes or stories about whatever it is that you like. So if you're a hockey mom, for example, and you really want to sell hockey related designs, you could have a hockey mom website and a hockey mom Facebook group, and then you could sprinkle in merch that you've got for sale, or you could just have it listed at the top of the group's page. I see this happen a lot. So you don't need to beat the public over the head with it, but you could certainly have merchandise that's related to your niche, or in this case, related to the artist. Okay, so let's get into the designs themselves. I can see here at the top, here we can see there's nursery art, introverts, garden life, and patterns. I like the fact that you don't have a ton of collections. What I see often is that people will upload 30 designs and they'll have 20 collections, and it's not really gonna work because a collection only has 1 or 2 or maybe 3 designs in it. So I like the fact that you've scaled this back and you've just got 4 collections. Great. So I would recommend that you get about 100 designs in each collection. And then when you do make a sale, whatever you make a sale of, you want to make more of that design. Now, as I scroll through your listings, I can see the quality of the artwork's pretty high. You've got a lot of patterns that are repeating patterns. I really like this. I also see cats, leaves, masks, but that's the theme that I'm seeing as a customer. So upon first glance, when I look at your store, I'm thinking, oh, this is a patterns store. So I do like the fact that you've got a pattern here in your overall banner. I would recommend that if you're interested in patterns, if that's what you like doing, then this should really be what you push forward because it's hard to make, relatively speaking, versus like uploading one funny cat design, for example. You can put it on lots of different designs. And then you can also take custom requests. So down at the bottom where you have an about page, you could put here, I take custom requests. Is there a pattern that speaks to you? And maybe somebody can email you or Redbubble mail you. But I really like these patterns. I like the fact that you've scaled up. You've got the same pattern, but on different colors. That's awesome as well. And I like that you've got them on many different products. I will say your thumbnails look great. There's nothing here that looks weird in terms of thumbnails that are not centered or aligned. You've also got some clothing items here, which are baby dinosaurs. So I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm just saying don't lose sight of the patterns. I really, really think the patterns is the way to go. I think they look fantastic, and they look fantastic on lots of different items. Now, I did notice when I'm looking at your store, I have the option here to do either best selling or I can sort by newest. Now, because there's no sales, I'm going to just leave it at best selling, but Redbubble is still going to try to return the results it thinks is going to sell the best. So that means, for example, the ones with the most favorites or the one that Redbubble has determined to be a really good looking design. And so here, I notice this is your top trending design. I'm not sweating, I'm watering the garden. Funny gardening Spanish quote. And what I really like is if you understand Spanish, which it sounds like you do, I would certainly recommend that you have more Spanish quotes. Really embrace your heritage and really be unique. And not everybody knows Spanish, for example. So this can be a really nice way to level up your designs. Have a beautiful pattern or a beautiful design, and then you could have text in your design as well. So it's a nice way to scale up, and scale up in a way that not everybody else can do. This last tip is just personal preference. So if you don't agree with me, no hard feelings. I have sold very few bedspreads in my time. These duvet covers are really expensive and they typically don't sell. And so what I would recommend is that you have consistent thumbnails. So I would recommend that you pick something, and I typically go with a sticker. This, for example, the Venetian Carnival mask, this is an awesome thumbnail. It shows the design and it's very easy to read. Whereas I find t-shirts, bedspreads, aprons, these are sort of not great thumbnails. But when I'm looking at all of these together on one sheet, the ones that stand out to me are the cat ones and the mask ones. And the reason for that is because they're square, they're patterns, they're easy to see, and I intuitively know that these are on different products. I hope you found this helpful. I think you're on the right path. Right now it's tough to judge with no sales and with only 122 designs, but I will say after 1 month, hopefully you're enjoying uploading, because that's a lot of uploads, and I think you're off to a great start. Keep it up. You are a great artist, and I believe in you. If you'd like to get your store reviewed, just shoot me an email there at the email on your screen. Thanks a lot as always for watching. Here's another video where you can have some fun in the world of Redbubble.